Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Elizabeth and this is the last Royal Arcana card in my series on the symbolism of the tarot, because we're going to be looking at the Page of Pentacles. In fact, we're going to look at all of the pages. We're not going to look at their relationship to the aces, but in particular, we're going to look at the Page of Pentacles, and we're going to look at the understanding the deeper symbolism on the card. We're going to look at the elements in particular, because that's a great way to help you remember the meaning of the card. And we are going to take a deep dive into the astrology. We're going to look at the Kabbalah and in particular the elements. So if you're interested in knowing more about the pages, and in particular the Page of Pentacles, then stick with me, because I'm going to spin the camera around and take you on a deep dive into this card. So let's talk about the Page of Pentacles. Gosh, we're getting through the deck now. So the Page of Pentacles, Golden Dawn title, and again, I only talk about the Golden Dawn symbolism with the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot. The Golden Dawn title is the Princess of the Echoing Hills, the Rose of the Palace of the Earth. So again, Princess. This is why often you will see modern decks, and even some of the older decks will refer to the Princess of Pentacles or the Princess of Wands or the Princess of Cups, because they're referring back to the original Golden Dawn symbolism. What that is commenting on, that name is commenting on, is not so much that the card is female, but more that the card should be referred to as a feminine energy. We think of pages as feminine, knights as masculine, queens as feminine, and kings as masculine. And that's not to say that we're saying that they should be male or female, but we're talking about the energy that sits around them. Feminine energy being a softer energy and masculine energy being a stronger energy. I get a little bit lost with the Royal Arcana because there's no numerology. They don't have numbers associated with them. So there isn't that lovely, neat way of looking at the expression of the numerology in the cards as a way to get a sense of the meaning. However, the elements really do speak in these cards. So I'll talk first about the Kabbalah, the Tree of Life, and I'll talk about the astrology because I think it's important, and then we'll talk about the elements and we'll talk about the symbolism as well. So the Kabbalah, for this card, all of the pages sit on Malkuth down here. So the meaning of Malkuth is our physical world, the completion of our journey, the expression of our divine energy, where our spirituality takes form. So this card is about focusing on the prize. So in this case, it's about focusing on the goal, the practical goal that we want to achieve as we're progressing on our life's journey. That's how the card fits into the Kabbalah. Hebrew letter of He, which is the creative power of the universal energy in the feminine form. So this is commenting on the feminine energy that is attached to this card. If we look at the astrology, we have to look at timing. And again, I'm referring to my tarot symbolism cheat sheets here, which are available in my Etsy shop. And I will make sure the link is down in the description box and in the first comment for you, so that you can go and pick these up if you would like to have them to follow along with as we progress through the videos. So, traditional timing is winter. What that means is if you're doing a spread and you have a position on that spread of timing, then you can refer to the traditional timing, which is generally winter. when I say generally winter, what I mean is that I went for a cook's tour around the internet. I looked at all of my books. I looked everywhere, and the general consensus is that Pentacles are winter. So it's just a popularist idea in terms of having a sense of when the timing might be when you're doing a reading for someone or for yourself. Or we can look at the astrological timing, which is interesting in the case of the Pentacles. So with the Pentacles, let's just have a little look at them first. So we've got Page of Wands, take action on your ideas, fire. Whoops, pulled out a Knight. How could I have done that? Here's the page. Page of Cups. Focus on the ideas that speak to your emotion. Page of Swords, young, immature activity. You can see the page swinging the sword around. Young, immature thoughts about where you would like to be. Enthusiastic goals. Be careful that you're not too enthusiastic. Pages are air. So again, intellectual thinking. Page of Pentacles, the earthing card, the grounding card, the card of practicality. Focus on the goals that are concrete and mean something to you. Now, when we look at the astrology, the aces and the pages work together. So the Ace of Wands rules through the Page of Wands. The Ace of Cups rules through the Page of Cups. The Ace of Swords rules through the Page of Swords. And the Ace of Pentacles rules through the page. The Ace of Swords rules through the Page of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles rules through the Page of Pentacles. So if we look on the astrological wheel that I've put together, you can see what this looks like. So we started down here with Wands because the Golden Dawn sets things up that it's Wands, Cups, Swords, Pentacles, and we move around widdershins around the wheel. And you can see here that the Ace of Wands is ruling through the page, but they're sitting outside of the astrological wheel. This means that there really aren't dates allocated to these cards. They rule a quadrant of space around the astrological wheel. So if you really wanted to have dates, you can say, well, the ace ruling through the page rules from the first decan of Aries through to the third decan of Gemini. So if we look here on my cheat sheets, you will see here from the first decan of Aries, March 21, through to the third decan of Gemini, June 20. So here you can see each astrological sign is broken up into 3 decans. Each holds 30 degrees on the wheel of life. Here you can see that when we look at the Pentacles, you've got Aries, you've got Taurus, and you've got Gemini here. Each hold 30 degrees, and those 30 degrees are broken up into 10-degree segments, you can see here. And these are just segments of the astrological sign that help astrologers have more of a sense of your personality depending upon where your birthday falls. And so the cards expressing the different meanings of each one of these decans sit in these sections. So you can see here, I've got the Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles sitting here. And if you want to be absolutely technically correct, They rule space, not time. If you really want to have dates, you use the dates of the quadrant of space that those cards, the page ruling, the ace ruling through the page, rule on the wheel of life. So if you want to have these sheets, these groovy cheat sheets that I've written, they're available in my Etsy shop, and I'll make sure that the link is down in the comments for you if you would like to grab some. Because believe me, you don't want to make this yourself. I nearly went crazy making it. I really did, with all the dates and the cards and the trying to make it all fit, and it wasn't pretty. Anyway, so that's how the timing works for these cards. Let's have a look at the elements. Actually, I'll leave these out. I'll take the aces away so we're not confused. Oh, if you were reading, so how does that, I have often had people say to me, how does that translate? If they rule space, not time, how does that translate if I'm doing a reading? If you have a page or an ace fall on a timing section of a tarot spread, then again, you can use the dates that I suggested, or you would say that the timing is indeterminate or it is unclear because they're ruling space, not time. They're ruling a quadrant of that astrological wheel. They're outside of the wheel. They're not inside it. So if we're looking at elements, now all pages, I've decided I'm going to do a whole video on this and lay all the cards out. I've got to try and I might have to make myself some teeny tiny tarot cards because I can't get Waite Smith cards in the size I want for reading on online, like with the camera above. So I might have to get some teeny tiny ones and kind of, set them up because I want to show you how the elements work, because it does really help you to remember what these Royal Arcana cards mean. So we've got fire of earth, we've got water of earth, we've got air of earth, and we've got earth of earth. So fire of earth disrupt one another because earth puts out fire. Water of earth feed one another because water feeds the earth. Think of watering plants. Air of earth, you can say they repel each other or they are neutral to one another, so there isn't a disruption. So pages are earth. Page of Pentacles is earth of earth. So this is a highly grounded card because the two elements come together and enhance one another. All knights are air. All queens are water. All kings are fire. So each Royal Arcana card has an allocated element, and then they have the element of their suit. And so the blending of those elements is what gives you more information about the card. So if we look at the Page of Pentacles, and again, I've done videos on all of these cards. Every single one has a video. So I'll make sure that I put links to all of them down in the description box so you can go and watch them all. And of course, I will be doing a video which just talks about the Royal Arcana and how all these elements work, so that I bring it all together for you. So if you want to make sure that you don't miss that video, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell so you never miss another one of my videos. And also join my newsletter list. Connect with yourdeck.com/newsletter, because every time I do new things, I do let everybody on my newsletter list know. So this is the Page of Pentacles, and it's earth of earth. So this is a highly grounded card. This is a very sensible page that is holding up a pentacle and saying, how can I be more focused on the practical things that matter in my world? I'm going to use my tarot symbolism cheat sheets here to go through the symbolism for you and talk to you about what is actually in the card that helps you to make sense of it. And the more you know about the symbolism, the more you can apply it, not just to Rider-Waite-Smith, but to any tarot deck, and the more that you will see the symbolism repeating, and it helps you to have more of a sense of the meaning of the card. So the Page's stance, he's standing and he's holding up a pentacle, and he's viewing the pentacle as if it is something fabulous and beautiful. And this shows an obsession with practicality and possessions. So again, Earth of Earth. This is a highly grounded card about the things around you that make life easy. It's not about your heart. It's not about your emotion. It's not about your thinking. It's not about taking action. It's about making sure you are comfortable and safe. The hands, again, you can see how they're holding this pentacle with great care. So this is about venerating practical ideas. The trees are symbolic of nature and fertility and community. And of course, the pentacle is that representation of practical goals. The hat and scarf are red, and this is symbolic of passion and positive thoughts. The tunic, of course, is green, and this is about, to me, it's about nature and nurturing, and again, this is a card about the earth, but it's also about immature action, remembering that pages are young. They're young feminine energy. So it's about nature and nurturing, but also about this immature energy that's present in this card. The fertile land, again, when we talk about a fertile place for new ideas and opportunities, that's exactly what's being demonstrated here. And the blue mountains in the background are all about reaching for your goals. Whenever you see mountains in the tarot, it means you're on a spiritual journey, you're thinking about being on a spiritual journey, or you should be on a spiritual journey, and the things that you will learn as a result of being on that journey. The yellow sky represents passion and creativity and intuition and getting in there and doing things, and maybe even being a little bit too impetuous. Back in the first card, in the Fool card, I told the story of Icarus and this idea of going, Icarus with his wax wings and going too close to the sun and coming crashing to the earth. And so this yellow sky is sort of reminiscent, I think, of that idea. And so it's just commenting on the enthusiasm of this Page of Pentacles. But it's an enthusiasm that's earthed. We talk about grounding, 2 feet on the ground. That's exactly what's happening in this card. Young, immature energy, venerating your practicalities that are around you, but also with a little bit of immaturity. So if we think about the progression through the Royal Arcana, the next stage is the Knight, and then the Queen and the King. So there is some progression to happen for this page. So that is the end of my description of the Page of Pentacles. I do hope that you have enjoyed this card. If you love my work, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my newsletter for lots more freebies to help you learn the tarot. Take care, everybody. Oh, and to subscribe, you'll find the link down in the description box, and you need to go to connectwithyourdeck.com/newsletter. I will see you in the next video where we are going to talk about the Knight of Pentacles. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.